Hello everyone, our lesson today is on question tags in grammar, and this is part 1. I have 3 questions for you. Number 1, what is a question tag? Number 2, why do we use question tags? And number 3, how do we use question tags? Let's look at the answers. I think I need to make it a bit smaller, so that should be fine. What is a question tag? It is a question which we use at the end of a sentence. A question tag is a question which we use at the end of a sentence all the time. So I can say Faisal went home, didn't he? So this is the blue color is the answer. So didn't he is the question tag, and I use it at the end of the sentence. And as you can see this going up, it means my voice, the tone of my voice is going up. Faisal went home, didn't he? Didn't he? My voice is going up. And this is what we call rising intonation. Rising intonation means my voice is going up. You don't know if Faisal went home and you are asking. So if you use a question tag and your voice is going up, it means you are not sure, you don't know. You don't know if Faisal went home or if Faisal didn't go home. So what do you say? You say Faisal went home, didn't he? Your voice is going up, sorry. But if your voice is going down, like here, if your voice is going down, if you say Faisal went home, didn't he? Didn't he? So it's not didn't he, it's didn't he. If your voice is going down, it means what? You know Faisal went home, and you want someone to agree with you, someone to accept this, to agree with you. So this is a question tag and this is a question tag, and it comes at the end of the sentence. If the voice goes up, it means you are not sure, you don't know if Faisal went home or if Faisal didn't go home. If the voice goes down, as you can see this is going down, it means you know Faisal went home, but you want someone to agree with you, to accept this. So again I read Faisal went home, didn't he? Faisal went home, didn't he? So the voice changes. Why do we use question tags? We use them every day, but why? We use them to ask for more information about something, to check if something is true, to get people to agree with what we said, or to confirm something which we believe in. So if I say Helen likes tea, doesn't she? Helen likes tea, doesn't she? Maybe I want to check if she likes tea or if she doesn't like tea, so I ask this question. But as I said, we use question tags, in 4 different ways. We use question tags to check if something is true, and this is most of the time because our voice goes up. Sometimes we use question tags to get people to agree with what we said. If you want people to agree with you, your voice goes down. Or to confirm something which we believe in, again the intonation is going down. How do we use question tags? Now, if the sentence is positive, the question tag is negative. If the sentence is negative, the question tag is positive. This is number 1. If the sentence is positive, the question tag is negative. If the sentence is negative, the question tag is positive. This is number 1. Number 2, put the auxiliary verb only before the subject. So you live in Japan. Is this sentence positive or negative? It is positive, so I use negative, not. Number 1. Number 2, put the auxiliary verb before the subject. This is the auxiliary verb, and then I put the subject. Of course, when you make question tags, it's like making negative. First, try to make the sentence negative. So you live in Japan. What is the negative? You do not live in Japan. Because I said if the sentence is positive, the question tag is negative. So number 1, make the sentence negative. You do not live in Japan. After this, put don't before you. Don't you. So negative, don't live, don't you, this is the negative, and the subject is you. So I repeat, if the sentence is positive, question tag is negative. If sentence is negative, question tag is positive, and put the auxiliary before the subject. The same, you never live in Japan. So this one, never live, is negative, so I have to make it positive, and positive is here. As you can see, no positive, no negative here. You never live in Japan, do you? So we make this sentence like a question. You never live in Japan. Do you live in Japan? Do you live in Japan? So I make it positive. Never live is negative. Do you live is positive. So I use the auxiliary again before the subject. So when you make a question tag, it's like making how to make negative or how to make questions in English. So I look at the sentence. The sentence is positive, I make it negative. And I put the auxiliary before the subject. Sometimes I make the sentence negative, sometimes I make it a question. So here, you don't live in Japan. The sentence is what? Don't live is negative. What is the positive? You live in Japan. You live in Japan. How do I make a question? Do you live in Japan? This is a question. So I have to say, you live in Japan. You don't live in Japan, do you? So this is negative, don't live. This is positive, do you? And also, if you make a question, you have to say, do you live in Japan? So I repeat slowly. Don't live is negative. What is the positive? You live. Okay. You live in Japan. What is the question? Do you live in Japan? Do you live in Japan? And then I take do you and put it at the end of the sentence, because the sentence is why I put the question at the end, because this is a question tag and we use a question tag at the end of a sentence. So if the sentence is negative, question tag is positive, like this one is negative, question tag is positive. Put the auxiliary verb before the subject. I put auxiliary verb before the subject. Rob lives in Japan, doesn't he? So this lives negative or positive? It is positive. What is the negative? Rob does not live in Japan. Rob does not live in Japan. This is the negative. So what is the question tag? Doesn't he? Exactly, this one. This one is what? Negative, doesn't live in Japan. What is the positive? Rob lives in Japan. I repeat, doesn't live is negative. What is the positive? Rob lives in Japan. So Rob lives in Japan. What is the question? Does Rob live in Japan? Does Rob means does he. So I put here does he. Again, this one is easy. So this is positive. What is the negative? Isn't he. This is negative. What is the positive? Is he. It's just changing the order. Here we have is and then negative. So I have subject is negative. Here I have is and then subject, no negative. because if it's negative, I make it positive. If it's positive, I make it negative. Here I have subject verb. Here I have verb subject. Subject verb, verb subject. Why verb subject? Why? Because it's a question. Is he is a tag question. If it's a question, I put verb and then subject. This is difficult one. Let's go. Every time you use let's go, you have to use shall we. I repeat, every time you use let's go, you have to use shall we. Let's go shopping, shall we? Let's go to the cinema, shall we? Let's see our friends, shall we? All the time we use shall we. So note, when we use let's, always we use shall we. Again, to do more practice on the internet, you can type the following sentence into google.com. You type interactive, so you go to Google and you type interactive exercises on question tags. In this way, Google will give you many exercises and you can do more practice. So as I said, if the sentence is positive, the question tag is negative. If the sentence is negative, the question tag is positive. And in the question tag, we put what? We put verb and then subject. Verb and then subject. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching and all the best in your learning.